Right, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am the Full Circle Gamer and we're going to be picking up on our playthrough of Fallout 76 Skyline Valley. So the last time, part 1, we made it to Vault 63, met up with the Overseer and he's asked us to do a little job for him first, which is just to retrieve a situation report from Oberlin. So that's what we're going to do now. Just dive straight back in to the story.
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little.
So it looks like you come straight in from the manor upstairs, and you come straight into the Overseer's office. So he seems to act like a little bit of a secretary.
Oberlin is swamped lately, especially after the last scout run. It's no wonder things are starting to fall apart.
So we need to find a way downstairs, I believe.
Oh, my dear Cassie, what are we gonna do?
Ah, the one from outside. How's the storm? Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system and it works, damn it!
Just see if there's anything around, any bits of paper or holotapes or anything.
What would Cassie do?
Retrieve the situation report.
What if we go back to the surface and nobody wants to know us because of our...
Ah, the one from outside. How's the storm? Looking for someone?
Clinic reception. Yep, terminal. Patient files. Eleanor Spencer. Eleanor Spencer, senior researcher. Allergies, none. Injuries and conditions. Suspected sciatica. Receiving physical therapy to combat this. Patient must not do heavy lifting or twisting of their back. Ensure the relevant lead researcher is aware of this. Derek Buckner. Derek Buckner, Security Crisis Response Team, Allergies Mollusks, suffered a concussion from previous altercation between two residents. James Oberlin, Head of Security, Allergies Shellfish and Peanuts, Injuries and Conditions redacted. Load more files. Corrupt. Okay.
Wow. Your skin isn't split at all. It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up a little.
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
Seeing someone do so much good around here, it's refreshing.
Ah, the one from outside. How's the storm?
Hopefully Daniel will report in soon.
Dark Hollow security key.
As if things weren't bad enough. Now I have to keep an eye on an outsider.
Security Incident 382. Incident. Fight in the communal area. Involved parties R. Barnes and L. Peters. Description. R. Barnes and L. Peters were discovered while engaged in a physical confrontation in the communal area of the atrium. The fight was broken up quickly as security were dispatched to separate both We interviewed witnesses, and it seems they were
As if
arguing
things
over a
weren't
piece of
bad
food
enough.
going missing.
Now
Barnes
we have to
proceeded
keep
to
an
throw
eye
the
on an
first punch,
outsider.
hitting Peters square in the jaw, sparking the altercation. Residents said that Peters
should
was
have
seen
arrived
throwing
a few
Barnes over
years
the railing
back.
of the second floor
The old
down
vault
at the
sure
first
was
floor,
something.
landing on the coffee
You know,
table below.
before the
Action
accidents.
taken. Barnes and Peters were both detained and questioned. Both parties were taken to the clinic to be checked over by the doctor. Barnes is going to be moving to another floor of the vault and will be receiving anger management therapy. Peters will be made to clean up the mess they made in the communal area. Note: both of these individuals may be good recruits for the security
As if
team in the
things
near
weren't bad
future.
enough.
Keep their names on
Now I
file.
have to keep an eye on an outsider.
Okay, so they cause issues. What does that say? Zu Hause ist, wo dein Herz ist. Home is where the heart is, maybe? Zu Hause ist, wo dein Herz ist. Home is where the heart is, we'll go with. I think that's right.
What are you planning, Stoltz? Been expecting you. James T. Oberlin, Chief of Security, Vault 63. Formerly United States Army. Ordinarily, an outsider would report directly to the security offices. But as you've seen, Mr. Stoltz isn't fond of ordinary. How exactly did you end up on our doorstep, outsider?
I fought some things called the Lost, and it caught Hilda's attention.
And you were able to dispose of them. Interesting. Must mean you have some combat training. That could be helpful. Well, considering I'm entirely lacking any sort of credentials or background on you, perhaps you can fill me in on your history.
I'm the one who's here to solve all your problems.
You do seem fit to fight, at least. But that's not really an answer to my question. I won't fault you for a lie by omission, though.
The whole
You
vault
seem
shit
eager
go
and
on
able
there.
enough. I've already been made aware that you're a dweller from Vault 76. Mr. Stoltz buzzed me ahead of your arrival and filled me in on the situation. Sorry for the test, but wanted to see how you'd present yourself. I appreciate your attempt to take this seriously, but I won't say I don't have my doubts. Let's see how this plays out, though. Here's my status report for Mr. Stoltz. You're dismissed, unless you have other questions.
Would you mind answering some questions?
Fine. It's only fair that you're briefed on our situation.
What's with a crazy storm in the sky?
Our facility houses a large-scale weather control device. Some decades ago, an accident rendered it inoperable. However, a recent event has led to its reactivation. With that, we have the storm, along with other unexpected outcomes. One of our top priorities is bringing it back under our control.
There was a landslide around the mansion?
What kind of unexpected outcomes?
A number. An earthquake for one. A series of unidentified electromagnetic events for another.
What were the electromagnetic events?
When the earthquake hit and the storm took shape, we were informed of a surge of energy near the proper entrance to the vault, back up north. This likely resulted in the security door being propelled some great distance.
Yeah, I found that door. A great distance isn't an exaggeration.
Interesting. Were these different times, I'd be tempted to weaponize such a thing.
Did the earthquakes cause a lot of damage?
Yes. Significant damage to the tram tunnels that once connected the various research sectors of this vault. Additionally, damage to the manor grounds directly above have caused some structural integrity issues with the atrium. Perhaps most concerning, though, is the various exposed entrances to the vault spread throughout the region. This has led to an increase in the number of lost now on the surface, which isn't good for anyone involved.
I had other questions.
Very well.
Is everyone in Vault 63 a ghoul?
63's construction had fallen behind due to its lofty and ambitious size. This left our population exposed to extreme levels of radioactive fallout after the bombs fell. Those of us that survived the exposure ended up like this. But working with us so-called ghouls won't be a problem, will it?
No, just asking, sorry.
Understood. Anything else?
Who are the Lost?
Our former friends, family,
Shame we don't have the
neighbors.
workforce to spruce
An accident some decade back led to their creation. Their condition is irreversible. Beyond that, I'll leave it to Mr. Stoltz's discretion on further details. Just know, they will kill you on sight without mercy. Communication is impossible. Do not hesitate to strike first.
If I'm going to be fighting these things, I need to know more.
Fine. We believe they possess the ability to channel electricity from the storm, though we're still not sure how. Perhaps consider rubber gloves next time you want to shake their hands. Again, the rest is classified.
Is Stoltz also one of those Lost?
That is correct to a degree. Mr. Stoltz had been afflicted during the same accident that created the Lost. However, he retains his sanity and his ability to communicate. Well, retain sanity is perhaps a bit. Actually, I apologize. This isn't water cooler gossip. I believe I've answered your question. Mr. Stoltz can explain the rest. That's fine. What is it?
I've no more questions.
Good.
All said, thank you, sir. Right. Report back to Hugo Stoltz,
The new animals up there.
the
Any
overseer.
of them good for eating?
I am wanting to explore, but I'm assuming we'll probably be back down on other missions, so
What's up?
I think we'll just wait for him to send us back down.
The supply runs, you know, before the storms.
There was a landslide around the mansion. I wonder how that happened.
There was a landslide around the mansion? I wonder how that happened.
You reckon that storm is gonna get worse or better?
Here he is. Can I? Vintage water cooler. That's cool.
Ah, you've returned. I've just been thinking on some things.
I've got the report from Oberlin.
Yes, that. Don't worry about that now. I have a question for you. Tell me,
Supplies
are we our
starting to
brains?
dwindle a little, even with the stockpile
Are
of
we
supply
our
runs,
brains?
You know, before the
Come again?
storms.
You mean like, do we have a soul, a ghoul, craving brains? Why am I not surprised? Come again?
Are you, the person standing in front of me, simply a brain? Or are we more? Consciousness, perception, encoding and the formation of memories. To take the observable world and sculpt from it a translation of ourselves, of others. And in the eyes of others, how many versions of us exist?
Something tells me there's more to this that I'm missing.
Oh, of course. We've only just met. I apologize. You have the spirit of an old friend about you. I've forgotten there's much new ground to tread between us. I may have failed to mention this before, but I am or was blind. Born that way. After the incident that left me in this state, I became able to truly see the world. Well, perhaps it's more accurate to say, I feel the world. Pulses of electricity, waves bending and refracting, gentle hums of life vibrating shapes into being. This world I see, I share it with the lost. I live as they do, yet I remain myself. Perhaps more myself than I was before. But others were lost to it, and to us. Friends, colleagues, loved ones. When they witness this world, they're minded, well, I suppose I cannot explain what their mind perceives, just as one could never explain sight to me before. We have been trying to learn why this connection was permanently severed between us. Desperately so.
And that's what you're paying me to solve?
If only it were that simple. All of this is to say we need your help, my friend. There are many problems at our feet, and you are uniquely equipped to help us.
Fine. If you're paying, I'll see what I can do.
And pay we will. Let's discuss next steps. There's 2 sets of investigations I'd have you undertake. Your new friend Oberlin can fill you in on one, and I'd be happy to walk you through the other. Take a moment to relax and process. Speak with either of us when you're ready to hear the details. And once again, I cannot contain my excitement in having you on board. Willkommen im Team, mein Freund.
Welcome to the team.
Life is no pony farm.
Seeing someone do so much good around here.
Got Stimpaks, Radaway, Purified Water Mine, Vault
You
63.
should have arrived a
What's
few
that?
years back. The old vault sure was something.
I could use some
Bunch
help over here.
jumpsuit. Get rid of the fruit and the meat and the mine and the dirty water and the spoiled vegetables. It looks like all of the meat that I picked up yesterday hasn't done any good because we've just had to get rid of it all.
I could use some help over here.
We'll eat that. Housekeeping for hire.
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason.
I could use some help over here.
Alright, well, we're here.
So, shall we begin? There are some tasks that I'm unequipped to handle myself, and I need your assistance.
Okay, I'm ready to get started.
Excellent. As you've hopefully been made aware by now, the source of the weather phenomenon outside is a device that is under our control. Or rather, the lack thereof. Control, that is.
Shame we don't have
In order to solve this error, we'll need to acquire the weather machine's blueprints. They are in the wall safe just over there.
You called me here just to walk a few feet and grab a paper.
I've been known to be a bit creative with resources in the past,
Sure was something.
but I am not that wasteful. The safe can only be opened with a key that my beloved wife Cassie has chosen to hide in a very secure location. So secure that only she knows where it is. This is problematic, as she has been unwell and unresponsive for quite some time. That said, she was a diligent note-keeper. I'm certain you could find out where she moved the key to if you were to search through her notes. You should find them all in our room upstairs. It is unlocked, so you should be able to just walk in. With my condition as it is, I'm unable to do this myself, and thus, my new friend, the task falls to you.
Don't you be starting to change things.
You locked the only copy of this blueprint in a safe.
There was another copy, but I don't even want to get started, to be honest. Intellectual property can be so tricky to keep locked away. Perhaps tracing down the problem is something we could look into another day. For today, the safe is our solution.
Makes sense. I'll do it.
You will? Oh, wie wunderbar. Best of luck. I could
Right.
use some help over here.
So, search... Hang on, which way is it? That way. Search Stoltz's room for Cassidy's journal. Okay.
There was a landslide around the mansion. I wonder how that happened. Don't you
See
be
if
starting
there's
to change things up
anything
around
interesting
here.
here first.
We got a system and it works, damn it!
It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up a little.
Thank you. Cassidy, my dear friend, I am forever grateful for the chance to exhibit my work at the New Orleans Museum of Art, largely thanks to your generous donations, which has funded the most difficult to source materials for my pieces. As you know, the majority of materials I use have to be shipped to me by my family, as I am unable to find them myself here in the States. The exhibition opens in 2 weeks, and I would be so honoured if you could attend the opening ceremony to see my art and to give me a chance to express my gratitude in person. Please find the attached tickets for opening night with all the details. Yours truly,
Vault
Catherine.
63 has lasted this long.
Okay.
No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
And we've got an anniversary letter. Transcribed from the desk of Hugo Stoltz. My beloved Cassie, with you I never feel far from home. You've enriched my life in ways I never thought possible. You've become my better half, my sight, my lover. Mit de Konter, ich würde Stelm, or as they would say here, you are my partner in crime. A life without you would be terribly dull, and I would never want to miss you. My treasure, these have been the best years of my life. Happy anniversary, ich liebe dich, dein Hugo. Okay. There's a duffel under there. And I'm gonna have to put that on.
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little. Even with the stockpile from the
what's that
supply
on
rooms. You know, before the storms.
There was a landslide around the mansion. I wonder how that happened.
Aha! Cassidy's journal. October 18th, 2077. Poor darling Hugo. I haven't seen him this worked up in a long time, but who can blame him? He is only
Seeing
worried
someone
about
do
his
so
daughter's
much
well-being,
good around
as any
here.
good father would be.
It's
I
refreshing.
think he is just afraid of her impressionable mind being corrupted by the people around her. Still, I'm not sure I agree with his solution to this problem. Unfortunately, he's already made up his mind, and once he gets like this, there is simply no point in arguing with him. Let's just hope that Audrey never finds out the truth, or they'll be hell to pay. February 13th, 2087. This vault can be so claustrophobic, 10 years, so suffocating. I miss how much travel Hugo and I used to do. I miss all the different views. I miss the French Quarter and the music. I miss being surrounded by creative people. The people in here are also creative, but in a scientific way. Maybe one day we will be able to enjoy the world and the arts as we used to. My only sanctuary in is the small waterfall in the garden sector. There I can pretend the world is still the same. Plus the sound of the running water soothes my mind whenever I start to feel unwell, which seems to be most of the time lately. I fear my condition may be worsening. March 8th, 2087. God bless Hugo, but he can be so naive sometimes. He is too trusting, thinking that it keeps the business within the hands of friends and family. Then he has no reason to worry. I ran into someone snooping around our office this afternoon, said they were just looking for a report, but I wasn't born yesterday. I've decided to lock away our more sensitive documents somewhere safe and won't be letting the key leave my person for any reasons. Luckily, I have fastened the key into part of my favourite necklace and it fits perfectly. No one needs access to these documents unless they have Hugo's or my permission anyway. As for this little detective I caught in the act, well, let's hope they can keep their way into a different vault. Search for Cassidy near the waterfall.
I'm tired of all the red tape and security checks just to get a breath of barely fresh air.
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression. Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
Alright, let's wait the garden. Open the door.
Discoveries and news. Screw it. I miss how it was.
Oh, this is
before.
pretty. Oh, there's a secret tunnel. Oh, hello. Johnny's note. I'm not sure why the pump access room has suddenly been locked. I swear it was open last week. Plus, I thought I was the only one who comes back here anyway. I feel like I can hear breathing coming from in there too, but when I knock, nobody answers. Weird. Okay. Little workshop type area here. Oh. supposed to go in there yet? Maybe? Should turn this back round. Fuse box looked like it might be broken with a quick hit. Aha!
What the hell are you doing in here? Get your filthy hands off her!
Do you want my help or not? She's got the key.
Very well. But I'm sure you wouldn't appreciate a stranger manhandling your spouse. This arrangement is in her best interest. I apologize. Truly. I'm just very protective of her, you know? She is my other half, and life is just not complete without her. Of course she has the key herself. I should have known.
Why is she locked away here? Why not an infirmary?
I don't think it's anyone's business to see my wife whenever they wish. I'm sure you wouldn't like that either if you were in her position. Just exposed for anyone to see like some animal in a zoo? No, not my Cassie. She deserves peace and quiet to recover.
What's wrong with her?
Nothing. She's perfect. Always has been. Always will be. The same incident that has put me into my condition. Well, it made her quiet. Tired. She'll be right in no time. All the more reason for you to get a move on with those weather machine blueprints. No?
How did you find me? I thought you were blind.
Apologies for the confusion. I often forget just how unusual my situation has become. I was born blind, and lived that way even after becoming a ghoul, as you put it. However, as I've mentioned, an accident at this facility altered me, not unlike the lost that wander the surface. I see the world in pulses, wavelengths, a universe of violent synaptic connections, carving out and outlining every object and person. Navigation is trivial for me now. I was able to spot you in these sacred grounds even from my office. To the lost, I imagine this vision is a curse, a terrifying cataractous cloud that distorts their world. To me, it is a new life. Needless to say, I don't find myself bumping into things while getting around the vault anymore.
So repairing the weather machine is related to her recovery.
Is that what I've said? I suppose I revealed too much with too little context. Forgive me. Now isn't the time to discuss such things, not before you have a better grasp of what we are contending against here.
Well, I've got the key. I'll get the blueprints for you.
Yes. Very well. If you would excuse me, I would like a moment with my wife. Come find me when you have the blueprints.
I don't fully trust you, I don't think, Mr. Stoltz.
You reckon that storm is gonna get worse or better? What if we go back to the surface and nobody wants to know us because of our, you know, condition?
It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up a little.
Classified. Mr. Redacted. We are in need of your services once again. One of our senior advisors, a Mr. Quentin Hake, is continually failed to toe the party line, and it is starting to become a problem. To make matters worse, his continual questions about the potential moral implications of our new technologies have started to raise some eyebrows amongst the other vault dwellers. Please see
Vault
to it that
63
Mr. Hake is
has
taken
lasted
care
this
of,
long.
preferably
No
after his
reason to
scheduled
think it
visit
won't keep
to the
lasting.
observatory later this month. He will be travelling alone, so this should present an ideal opportunity for you. P.S. I obviously expect you to exercise extreme discretion with this. The last thing we need in the media is the media catching wind of the whole thing. From the desk of Hugo Stoltz. Love letter. My gorgeous capitalist piggy. Please, my dear, I beg you to come with me. No good can come from a project funded by a big corporation. Please, please, please meet me by the makeout point next week on the 23rd, and we can flee together. Don't leave me alone. Signed, your beloved communist swine, A. That's a bit of a strange love letter.
Don't you be
A.
starting to change things up around here. We got a system and it works, damn it!
What if we go back to the surface? And nobody wants to know us because of our, you know, condition. You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something.
Right, so let's speak with Oberlin before we go back to Hugo, just in case.
What are you planning, Stoltz? I've got my eye on you, outsider. Make it quick.
What can you tell me about the residents of Vault
If I
63?
had time for idle gossip, I wouldn't be seeking your assistance in the first place. You'll have to speak to someone else.
Come on, Oberlin. I can't help efficiently without all the info.
Point taken. Very well. The residents here are still a bit shaken up by recent events. And some less than recent events, for that matter. I'd recommend a light touch. You're not here to babysit. But there's also no need to be resistant to their requests. And unless Mr. Stoltz himself walks in here and says otherwise, I'm not at liberty to disclose anything further.
Any details on the vault itself you can share?
Your assignment does not require knowledge of the vault beyond the immediate area. You will find adequate signage for familiarizing yourself with the premises. Perhaps later, if you prove capable, we can talk in more detail.
Okay, so what needs doing first?
I've been spread thin dealing with surface-side security concerns. My more menial tasks have started to slip through the cracks, however. I can tell you're equipped to handle much worse, but tackling some issues from my backlog would be of great service to me, at least as a start. There are 3 in particular who often bring up issues to me. You can start there.
Got it. Who's first on the list?
There are 3 residents that have been complaining about a myriad of concerns. Margaret, Lawrence, and Julio. Your best bet is to track them down. They're likely lounging about waiting for someone else to handle the hard work. They should have more than enough to keep you busy for the time being. Report back when it's been handled. In the meantime, I have other matters I need to attend to, so please, if you'd excuse me.
Speak to the vault dwellers in the
So
residential
you'll be with
area.
us for a while. Try not to get underfoot. What are you planning, Stoltz?
Let's see if we can check on this first. LAWNS. LAWNS. There we go. Missing theft. I've gotten a report that a copy of the weather machine's plans have been improperly removed from the meteorology sector. Coincidentally, both Ignatius and Marks have gone missing. I'm going to assume Iggy is aiming for an early retirement plan, probably looking to trade it for a pile of chems from some outsiders up north.
Maybe I can dig
I
up
believe
some
Marks has
information
left
on
in
the rest
pursuit
of
of the least
Appalachia.
likely to succeed nepotism
useful.
nutcase, though the possibility that they are collaborating cannot be ruled out. I hope she returns safely. After Gibson went dark on his little field trip for Stoltz, more MIA researchers is the last thing we need right now. The rookies. Had to break the rookies' Barnes and Peters apart again. They both still harbouring grudges about the first scrap over rations of all
As if
things.
things weren't
You'd
bad
think the
enough.
increased share from
Now I have
joining
to
the
keep an
guards
eye
would
on an
lower the tension,
outsider.
but we have to keep pulling them apart. Selfish, both of them. There's no room for this scrap in such an enclosed space. Vault morale is going to suffer. I'll put them both at the top of the list for surface detail, old army trick. Force them to cover each other's arses in live combat. Should get them to bury the hatchet, and maybe buy the vault a few minutes apiece while they are gone.
If I hadn't already lost my hair, I'd be tearing it out
Security
right
report, 5 days since the accident. Took a few days of hard fighting, but we've managed to secure all our entrances to the atrium, for now. It's looking more and more likely that we are the only ones left. I suppose that makes sense, as the atrium was the only part of the vault ever completed on schedule. Everyone else is... I don't know how to even explain it. It's not as though they've gone feral, it's something entirely different. It's like they are in there somewhere,
Hopefully
terrified,
Daniel will report in
enraged,
soon.
lost. Everyone but Mr. and Mrs. Stoltz, that is. They returned a day or so after the incident. I have no further comment in that regard. As for the rest, the plan is to try pushing them toward lockdown portions of the tram tunnels. God willing, we may be able to return to other sectors of the vault in due time. Okay, so speak to the vault dwellers in the
We should have
residential
arrived
area.
a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You reckon that storm's gonna get worse? Better.
How's it going out there? Like us Windy, airish, skin.
How's it going out there? Windy? Airish? Wow. Your skin isn't split at all.
Excuse me.
Need something?
There was a looking for someone. The mansion?
How's it going out there?
How that happened.
Windy, airish. Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system and it works, damn it!
Snack cake rations. Kirsten, did you hear that announcement yesterday about limiting the Fancy Lad snack cake rations to 1 per person per day? Firstly, I don't believe for a second that the supply is diminishing. Everyone knows that Mr. Stoltz packed this place with enough food to feed a small army. Secondly, how dare they say they don't want employees getting too out of shape? Who gives a damn what shape we are? Plus, it's not like we can go anywhere anymore. We're all stuck down here for the foreseeable future, and they know that just as well as we do. Anyways, I've got a secret stash of Fancy Lads hidden, so come see me if you're ever feeling snackish. Rachel. Alright, cooking station. Let's just cook up what we have. Oh man, I think all of my meat must have went off then.
Seeing someone do so much good around here,
Yeah, I've got
it's
nothing.
refreshing.
Okay,
I
What's
miss
up?
research.
let's just have a quick look
Science,
down here,
discoveries,
see what we've got.
news.
See if there's any
Screw it.
notes.
I miss how it was
Right.
before.
Out of order. It fell down in there.
We felt the whole vault shaking a while back. Security said it was nothing to worry about, though.
We felt the whole vault shaking a while back. Security Security said it was nothing to worry about. The new animals up there.
Are there many like us out there? You know, with the skin?
You should have arrived a few years back. Looking for someone. The old vault sure was something. You know, before the accidents.
We felt the whole vault shaking a while back.
Bobblehead repair.
Security said it was nothing to worry about, though.
New animals up there. Any of them good for eating?
What's up? Ah, the one from outside. How's the storm?
Vault 63 has lasted.
Need something?
No reason to think it won't keep lasting.
We felt the whole vault shaking.
Elevators.
Security said
Terminal
it was
that we
nothing
can't
to worry
use.
Don't you just hate rude
Vault
people
63
listening
has
in
lasted
on
this long.
private
No reason
conversations?
to think it won't keep lasting.
Hello.
Are there many like us out there? You know, with the
Right,
skin.
I'll talk to these first because I think I might be getting ahead of myself.
How about some space, buddy?
Margaret.
You're standing a little close there.
Oh, a stranger. We haven't seen anyone from outside in a while. What brings you here?
What can you tell me about the vault?
That we've spent far too long cooped up here. I can't wait to get back to work.
You said it, sister.
Is there anything else?
Any gossip?
Now, why would we tell you that, stranger?
Yeah, a real nosy stranger. Hey, Julio, get it? Because they got a nose and we don't.
It ruins the joke when you explain it, Lawrence.
Spruce this place up a little.
Is there anything else?
You're not very talkative. So this whole vault is filled with ghouls?
What's a ghoul?
Is that what they're calling our condition outside? Those bastards.
That means this is a widespread condition and not unique to us.
I suppose we do look ghoulish.
Yep, and ghouls call humans smoothskins.
Smooth skin? That's an interesting way of putting it.
Ooh, I like that. Those smooth-skinned bastards.
If we make contact with the outside again, it wouldn't hurt to use their terminology.
Thanks for the intel. Is there anything else?
Any gossip? Try again.
Now, why would we tell you?
Yeah, a real Hey, Julio, get it?
It ruins the joke.
Is there anything else?
You should have arrived
Oberlin sent me to help. He said you had some tasks for me.
Chief Oberlin's finally getting around to dealing with this, huh? And sending in a stranger to boot. We must have it tough. Yeah, there's a few things we've brought up before. Most of it in the lower levels. Things like strange noises coming from the generator room. People are scared to go check it out in case one of the Lost are in there.
Oh, also, we have a huge rat problem in the storage room, as in, huge rats. Last time I was on a food run, something jumped right past me and snatched it. Damn near took my arm with it, too.
And, someone should probably take care of Alfie.
Yeah. Alfie was one of us, but his condition got worse until he got us to lock him in his room. He's probably lost his mind by now, but no one could bring themselves to do what needs to be done. You didn't know him, though. If there's anything you could do for him, we'd appreciate it.
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something.
You're having trouble with rad rats in your storage room?
Rad rats? We'll need to make a note of all these new terms outsiders use.
A while back.
Since the earthquake, we've been experiencing more and more of the wasteland's wonders. And we're not exterminators, much less seasoned fighters. That's why we put in a security request to deal with it.
They've been left like that for so long. They've probably multiplied by now.
Is there anything else?
Why do you think they were lost in the generator room?
We're just guessing, to be honest. Hard to tell why the Lost do anything they do.
Don't you be
We've been hearing whispers and pops like static electricity, which is pretty much exactly what the Lost sound like. We also know what happens when you get too close. They'd kill us as soon as you'd squash a bug.
That's if they don't turn us into one of them first. There's too few of us left now to take a risk like that, but, you look very capable.
Is there anything else?
Reckon that storm is gonna get worse?
Tell me about Alfie.
Alfie was a good guy. Had a tendency to overdo things, though.
Remember when he skipped work because he wanted to find out if we could still get hangovers after the change?
Yeah, I remember that. I had to take over his shift the next day, that bastard.
His apartment is in the lower levels. The key is still down there. Somewhere. Is there anything else?
I'll see what I can do.
You can get to the lower levels from the elevators just over there. There's also a stairwell down just across the atrium that leads directly to the storage room. Good luck. And thank you.
Spruce this place up a little.
Good luck down there, and, welcome to Vault 63.
Have you heard about... again?
The new animals up there. Any of them good for eating?
A long day. It's been a long day, no particular reason why. Sometimes it's just like that, right? Back when things were normal, after a long day I'd go take a walk in the park, get some fresh air, see people walking their dogs. I miss how calming that was. Maybe one day we can get back to the point where a stroll outside can be calming again, but I don't see much light at the end of the tunnel just yet.
What's up?
Mary's diary. April 6, 2077. Papa says that we're moving to a place in the big park soon. He says that an important business man has asked him for help with some science stuff, and that we'd be safer there from the war going on. I don't want to go though, I like it here. July 28, 2077. Papa never said we'd be living underground when we got here. He's always busy working now, and I don't get to play with him as much anymore. Mummy says I shouldn't bother him because he is doing important research, and that I need to be well behaved for our new hosts. I wish we could go back home. I miss my neighbour Bessie and her little dog. September 15th, 2077. I found out that the train down here goes to other places too. I got really bored the other day and snuck off because I wanted to go find Papa. I got on the train going towards the meter or something section, and I tried to go in, but one of those nasty security men shouted at me and took me back to Mummy, and then shouted at her too. October 20th, 2077. We're only allowed to leave our rooms at certain times now, and we aren't allowed to eat as much dinner as before. I asked Mummy why, and she said that it's because we're going to be down here for a long time. I hope that's not true. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'd like to
shaking a while back. Security said it
be
was
stuck in
nothing
a
to
vault
worry about,
either,
though.
especially if you're a kid.
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
Right, we can't get through there.
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting. Need something?
Right, go down to the lower atrium. Let's have a look. Alfie's room keycard. Let's drink something for some Dutch courage. Alfie's journal, December 4th, 2080, something or other. It's been a while since the bombs dropped, but life in the vault is still pretty crummy. None of us have completely escaped this radiation malarkey, that's for sure. Perhaps if old Stoltz had kept his ego on a leash just for once and built a vault that was actually finished on time, then we wouldn't be in this damn mess. Instead, he played up to the clock, making this underground palace, and now we're the ones who have to pay the price. Would it have been so crazy to make sure that we were in the vault when the bombs dropped and not installing some crappy gutters? Hang on. Would it have been so crazy to make sure that we were in the vault when the bombs dropped and not installing some crappy gutters? March 4th. March 15th, probably. Things ain't improved much and most folks have gotten sick one way or another, but hey, at least we're all alive, right? Even if we do look like shriveled raisins. Ha! A lot of us have lost our hair, and some sad saps even lost facial features. I ain't so worried about it though. Hair or no hair, I'll still be a handsome devil. April 1st. I've got a brilliant idea. Lawrence was running his mouth, as usual, about his college days and how many beers he could drink in 10 minutes. Well, I've challenged him on it. How hard can it be to drink 7 beers in 10 minutes? Since all this weird radiation stuff, I probably won't even feel it, right? May? These last few days I've been feeling strange. I keep having outbursts and I'm afraid of lashing out at the others. I'm not sure if it's the effects from the damned radiation or if it's because we've been cooped up here for so long. Either way, I don't want to risk hurting anyone else, so I've asked Margaret and the others to lock me in my room permanently. Who are Alfie? Assuming there shouldn't really be caps down here, considering that none of these have went up to the surface. So there shouldn't really be caps in here, right? Right, so unfortunately, that's Alfie dealt with. And we've got some bad rats to take care of. Meat. Scrap all of that. Right, so that leads back up. So there's some giant red roaches in there. Temperature control override. Alright, unauthorized user. Incorrect clearance level to perform this action. Do not attempt to perform actions without the correct clearance level. Contact your superior immediately. Manual reactor shut down. Incorrect clearance. Raise clearance level. You really thought that was going to work, dummy. Get off the terminal before they kill us all. You kill us all. Door. Okay. Repair the generator pipes. 0 of 5. Right, so let's just take some right away. I really don't think I need all of that many. Let's just get rid of those. Return to the upper area. Okay. So far so good.
You smell something weird?
And then I saw... Do you mind?
How about some space, buddy? You're standing a little close there.
Yeah, people who eavesdrop are
Welcome
the worst.
back. How are things going?
All of those issues should be taken care of. What's next?
We're sorry that you had to be the one to deal with all of that.
Yeah, it's good to know there are still people outside, especially people who are capable.
Thanks. We couldn't have done it ourselves. Is there anything we can do for you?
Supplies are starting.
Any chance you could tell me more about the people in charge?
Well, we're not really ones to gossip.
Not with outsiders, anyway. But you're all right.
Maybe we can share a few details.
I don't see why not. What did you want to know?
What can you tell me about Hugo?
Strict but fair. He runs a tight ship. As long as you hit your deadlines and don't cause problems, he's actually pretty pleasant.
But you don't want to find yourself on his bad side. I heard he was a pretty ruthless businessman before his overseer days. I doubt he's actually changed all that much. Just don't mention his, condition. It's kind of a sensitive subject.
You have to be in the business world, especially in wartime. He's always been pretty respectful during the rounds and inspections, especially when Cassidy was around. Say what you will about the man, it's clear he would do anything for his wife. He was head over heels for her.
She did keep him level-headed. She just up and disappeared one day. I hope she's doing well wherever she is.
Is there anything else?
Tell me about Oberlin.
He's friendly, but can be dismissive. He does his best to keep things safe and orderly, but we can see he kind of resents it. Especially having to work for Overseer Stoltz. We just haven't figured out why, other than being overworked. The Overseer seems to be keeping him extra busy lately, particularly after everything that's been going on.
He's always been friendly. Heck, even used to be fun. Would always be up to party after work. Now, though, huge stick in the mud. Can't say I blame the guy, but last few years, he's been more, what's the word?
We got a system, and it works, damn it.
Boring.
Cold, bottled up, like a shaken Nuka-Cola ready to burst.
Is there anything else?
What's life like in the vault?
Well, it used to be a lot busier. We'd take the rail line to work in the different wings each day. Then there was the accident, which, honestly, we still don't know much about. After that, most folks we knew became what we call the Lost. And the Overseer became, well... Oh, and then there was the earthquakes recently. That destroyed any way of easily reaching the other wings, even if we wanted to fight them back from the Lost.
It's not all bad. We got food, shelter, safety, and space. It'll sure be nice to be able to get back to work, but just think of it as an extended vacation.
How that happened.
I'm more worried about how much work we'll have to catch up on when things get back to normal. If they ever get back to normal.
We tried to keep working here in the atrium, even outside the vault, but in the end we just stopped. Been locked in here a while now, and looks like nothing's changing until that storm outside passes.
That's all, thanks.
Is there anything else?
Can you put in a good word for me with Oberlin?
Yeah. We'll spread the word that you are someone trustworthy. Thanks again for all the help. You're all right, outsider.
Right, return to Oberlin.
You need something?
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little. Even with the stockpile from the supply
This
run.
research, and science, and discoveries, and
These
news.
jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
I miss how it
Is
was
there a
before.
reason you're loitering in my office? You're back. I hope you have good news for me.
I've dealt with all the requests.
Well, color me surprised. Good work. With that out of the way, I'll be able to focus on the more important matters, like dealing with the chaos going on outside of this vault. I don't suppose that those three had anything interesting to say while you were helping them?
Actually, they were a few things.
I see. So those are the rumors going around. I appreciate your honesty. Still, it can be hard for people to know who to trust. But enough about that. Now that you've helped me out, is there anything I can help you with?
The new animals up there. Any of them good for eating?
Anything other than silly errands for me to do?
There's no need to be rude. Still, you've helped clear up some issues. The least I can do is give you something for helping us. I'm sure you'll put it to good use. I'm sure
Quest completed. Housekeeping for hire.
It may not seem like much, but your help has been invaluable to us. Thank you.
So, we just got a weapon. Where is it?
It may not seem like much, but your help has been invaluable to us. Thank you.
Seeing someone do so much good around here. It's refreshing.
50% armor penetration, 50% limb damage, weapon breaks 50% slower.
It's good to have someone reliable to count on again. Maybe now we can start fixing things around here.
Quest started. The powerhouse of the cell.
If I hadn't already lost my hair, I'd be tearing it out right now.
I miss
Right,
research.
let's just
Science.
cook up the meat that we got before it goes off.
And news. Ah, screw it. I miss how it was before.
There we go. And let's report back to Hugo.
What brings you back in here?
I'm tired of all the red
There he
tape and
is.
security checks.
I
just
could
to
use
get
some help. I believe you have something for me.
Actually, I stumbled across some interesting notes.
Did I ask you to snoop around in our personal affairs? That was and is none of your business. Forget the petty gossip and focus on the task at hand. Am I making myself clear to you? Now, the blueprints. Have you found them yet?
Vault 63 has lasted
So
this
these will
long.
let us fix the weather
No
machine.
reason to think it won't.
It is a step, yes. You'll be provided more information shortly. Do be patient. Remember, this is all new to you, but years in the making for us.
Gathering around here.
Here's the blueprints, Hugo.
Well, they're no good to me. I can't read them. Go deliver them to my daughter, Audrey. She's the one who's leading the effort to repair the weather machine. Oh, and before I forget, our conversation earlier, in Cassie's room. Water under the bridge, yes? I do hope we can keep that just between us. I'd hate for rumors to flutter about.
Force to spruce this place up a little.
Water under the bridge.
I'm happy to hear it. Oh, and before you go off to Audrey, I would like you to indulge me in another thought exercise I've been meditating on. If you were to repair a ship by replacing it plank by plank, piece by piece, so much so that no single piece of wood from the original vessel remained, would you have a new ship? Or would it still be the original, only improved?
It's a shame we don't have the workforce to spruce this place up.
No, by the end it's a completely different ship.
Interesting. If this is the case, then at what point does it become a different ship? After half of the planks? After the final part is replaced? Perhaps the rudder? Or mast? If we were to change piece by piece, at what point do we become something entirely new? Up. One moment. Let's perhaps hold on an answer. I'd rather that linger with you a bit. And you have important business to attend to. Now, off with you to see Audrey. She's buried in her books in the meteorology sector. I hope you have some good hiking boots. It's quite the trek. Safe travels.
We felt the whole vault shaking a while back. Security said it was nothing to
I
worry
could use
about,
some
though.
help over here.
Go to the
Don't
Vault
you be
63
starting to change
mineralogy
things
sector.
around here.
Is that going to
We
take
got
us
a
out of the
system,
vault?
and it works, damn it. Been a long time since we had a good community gathering around here. What if we go
It
back
is.
to the surface? And nobody wants to know us because of our...
Just quickly escape that before we have to deal with them again. It's all the way up there, we're going to have to run. Right, let's just have a look down here first. See what we've got. Nothing? A lot of robot parts here. Are we supposed to kill all these, or has somebody else been through and killed them all? So there was super mutants here, but looks like that Yao guy's took them all out. I don't know where the bear's gone. It was around here somewhere. More dead robots. So it's a big wheel disc thing. Hawksbill Weather Station.
This is going to hurt you a lot.
So we can't get in there, whatever that is. Wow, this place is massive. Oh, come on, let me in. Oh. Imagine if you could drive this thing. Where is it? Where are you? It's down there. came out of there.
Threat detected.
It's a vault dweller. Another bobblehead, another repair. Did we go up there? I don't think we did we? Look. Can't access that. No. Oh. Weapons workbench is on the other side of that then. Ah, yes, there it is. See if we can modify anything. Maintenance terminal. Dawn. DWN on. DWN. Construction report. So Stoltz has been on our case about getting this massive vault done. The construction crew are scattered and they are having to cut corners due to the ridiculous deadlines. Heck, they barely had enough insulated panels for the flooring, so hopefully the supplies arrive on time. But for now, they've done the best they can. Can't expect things to be perfect if you cut deadlines in half all of a sudden. Should get the guys to take another swing at the laser grid too. Things are on the fritz, constantly powering down randomly. Better than nothing for now, considering the rush job and all. Access linked terminal. Project summary. Power concerns for Storm Goliath. Report. Per Stoltz's orders, Lieutenant Colonel Oberlin proved to be useful in the collection of sensitive information regarding roadblocks hit on the Pentagon's large-sized robotics project. It is critical to point out Oberlin was not informed that his holotape would be used to scrape data from the terminal. Under no circumstances should he be made aware of information leaks from the Pentagon. The report confirmed our suspicions. Energy requirements far exceed what can be readily made available to a platform of that size. Our reliance on direct power from a storm would solve this problem for local defence. Attempting to deploy to the field would be fruitless without first being able to ensure a mobile weather control method. Lucky for us, our sights remain firmly on protection of the immediate areas only. Complaint. Outside sources. I'm growing tired of the insistence of using data acquired from outside sources. Stoltz's connections out west do not necessarily meld with our own brain, even its intelligence needs. Less is more in our case. This is the Hexcrete situation all over again. We were hired for our expertise in this field. We do not need a sudden drop of ill-gotten research to help us reach the finish line. We are likely to spend twice as much time dismantling ideas that have been haphazardly grafted onto our own. Let's try to set the overseers straight, thanks, but no thanks. Automated deployment. If the vault is ever under high alert, the automated system from the engineering sector will deploy a Storm Goliath variant. If the vault is ever under high alert. Non-decimer mortar. To stand ready to dispose of any intruders. With the resources at our disposal at Vault 63, the engineering sector will automatically construct a new unit if one should fail, allowing automatic deployment of reinforcements. The only way to stand down the alert is to have Vault-Tech representative de-escalate the alert in the engineering sector. Combat armaments. Reinforced steel. We have reinforced the outer shell of the Storm Goliath so it is resistant to the lightning that calls down, adding to the overall weight of the unit. To support this, we had to increase the strength for the carry capacity, adding to the benefit of a heavy bludgeoning blow in close quarters combat. Weaponry. Each Storm Goliath is equipped with an energy cannon, which shoots electrical beams at its target. The secondary purpose is to fire mines at the target. Each Storm Goliath has been designated a code name to identify what variant of mines they carry. Storm Goliath Nonna, fragmentation mines, Storm Goliath Decimer, cryogenic mines, and Storm Goliath Mortar, plasma mines. Electromagnetic weather manipulation. With the continued research from the Atlas program, we were able to give the Storm Goliath the ability to manipulate the weather by acting as a lightning rod of sorts. With this, it can call forth bolts of lightning during a storm. The only negative side effect is we would need to induce a storm prior to deployment to let it utilise this ability. Self-destruct sequence. A feature added to every Storm Goliath in the ability to overcharge their power cells to induce a self-destruct sequence, ensuring a large enough blast to take out any targets in close proximity. This is an effective countermeasure to overwhelming forces in the proximity, but also doubles as a way to keep enemies from getting their hands on our technology. The loss of Storm Goliath is a small price to pay considering the automated construction and deployment of new units from the engineering sector. Psychological warfare. Each Storm Goliath has a wide vocabulary of quotes from philosophers and historical figures, which are repeated continuously during combat. Though the selection may appear odd, the aim is to confuse and disorientate targets on the battlefield, allowing the Storm Goliath to seize those opportunities to dispose of its enemies. Ammo deployment. Inside compartments on the limbs of every Storm Goliath, we have installed ammo deployment containers to aid our forces during conflicts. This feature is designed for support during warfare by helping our troops travel light and have a source to replenish their supplies on the battlefield. So, they stole or used Oberlin's holotape to get important secret information about the Pentagon from it. And he does not know this. Maintenance terminal. This looks like a fight arena to me, and that's going to be an absolutely massive robot in there, isn't it? That I'm going to have to take down at some point. Oh my god. Is that where I came out of? No. Yep, so there's going to be little robots coming at us from these. What the hell's all this? So there's just random supplies dotted around. Assuming that's to help you. Although I now can't remember which door I came through. Was it this one? No. God, I'm gonna be stuck in here. That one. Of course, it's gonna be the last door I try, isn't it? Oh, is it this big one? Right, I think I'm going to leave it here for today. We'll break into this room next time, see what's behind there, and then we'll go and meet Stulz's daughter, Audrey. Can't see if there's anything interesting there or not. Ooh. we'll open that up next time. So, we learned a bit of information. Press that button. We learned a bit of information. Stoltz commissioned this whole place by the sounds of it.
I really hope you're rolling.
And we stole information off the hot tape from Oberlin in regards to Storm Goliath, I believe. So we need to go and meet Audrey, Stoltz's daughter, next time, and we'll see what she's got to tell us. But thanks everybody for watching today. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see part 3, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I'm really looking forward to digging further into the mystery of this big storm and seeing what other information we can find out on Stoltz, because I do believe he's a little bit of a dodgy guy. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!